Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another weapon set review here from the Kotobukiya M.S.G Modeling Support Goods line. This is the 01, the Burst Railgun. It's a pretty cool design, and as you can see, you can make it in a couple of different forms there, so you have some options. It doesn't make two of them, you can only make one, so you have to choose either the A type or the B type. As you can see, noted down here in the fine print, but of course, if you didn't notice that, or if you can't read Japanese, just a heads up to you guys, you can only build one. But that's usually how it goes with these sets, so you should just keep that in mind. Here on the back, we can see the list price for this one, 800 yen, and it looks like we are, no, we're only going to have one color. So even though it's shown there in kind of two colors, it looks like the runners are all in one color, which is pretty usual. Let's go here on the back, you can see it kind of broken down into sections. So you got kind of like the main handle section, and then your different parts for the different barrels, the camera on the top, and things like that. So you got some separate parts there, and so you can make it in a couple different ways, with it open or with it closed, or with it like kind of like open like that. Where the thing about this design, I like this with it opened up like that, but it just doesn't look straight. Even in these promotional images, it looks like kind of not straight there, and if it doesn't look straight, it's just gonna look kind of weird, a little bit awkward. So here you can see it used basically kind of as a sword, if you use it in like that type, or used of course as this railgun sort of looking weapon there with the frame arms go right. So you got a lot of options that you can do with this cool weapon. And of course, we'll try them all out here once we get this opened up. So, alright, we got 3 runners, it looks like, in this case. The A runner are going to be basically our handle parts there. The B runner with some of the smaller parts on there. And the C runner for a couple of our longer parts. When I really wish that at least the C runner would have been a different shade of gray or something. Would have been nice to get a little bit of color separation in there, so it's not just all one color, but it is what it is. We'll just have to paint it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it built up and see how it looks. Alright, so here is the Burst Railgun in just one of the forms. Of course, we have a number of different forms that you can make with this. The first thing is that this ammo clip here can be removed and can be replaced with a longer one. For one here, it just goes into there like that. For a longer version if you prefer, which I think does look pretty cool. And while it kind of looks like maybe you could like open these up to that be like a sort of claw shape or something like that, they sort of look like you should be able to do that. It actually doesn't, they're just fixed in there like that. But what we can do is expand these up and down a little bit to make these more separated. It's just kind of tricky to get them to look like they're straight. I think no matter what you do, they still don't really look quite straight, but there you go. I guess that's kind of about the best we can get that to look, and you can see you got that little kind of pointy little bit right there in the center as well. And what we can also do is take off these bits here at the end and replace those with this like square bit, and then you can put this onto here. I guess it doesn't matter whether you want to put it up or down. You could choose either way to make it look like that, which is also very cool for this type of rifle there like that. But like I said, you could put this upside down if you wanted to, like that, if you prefer. Just a little bit different look for that. It's not too bad. You can also then just remove everything there at the end. You could just have it just like that, I suppose, if you wanted to. Of course, you could open that up just to look like that, which could be just like a cool little sort of very odd looking sort of SMG kind of thing. But of course, we can then also just replace these with these parts here, which you could have as a railgun like that, looking a little bit different, or you can close that up looking like this. Now unfortunately these really don't want to stay together, so you'd have to like heat these and try to bend them to get them to be straight like that. But then once that's like that, you can then bend this handle back, and you can use this as a sword weapon as well too, using this just as like kind of a big blunt sword kind of thing. At that point, just to make sure it's not sticking out, you might want to switch back to the smaller ammo type there, but that's like that. And then we do also have a secondary handle on here as well too. You can just plug that right onto the side of there to be able to hold onto that if you wanted this to be like this and like this. So one hand on the main handle and the secondary handle over here, or you can put it on this side, or you can put it the opposite way, however you might prefer. If you want to hold this like underhand like that, you can stick it like that, or whatever you might want to do with this. So you definitely got some really cool options that you can make with this gun. So if you wanted to use this with the Gundam kit, I think for 100 scale, it does actually fit pretty well, and it should fit into the hands of pretty much any 100 scale kit pretty easily. And it makes for a pretty good size, just kind of standard beam rifle. It's not that big, it's not that small. It's a pretty, kind of average beam rifle size for a 100 scale kit. And for a 144 scale kit, I think you could still use it as well too. You might have trouble getting it into the hand of certain kits. You might have to adjust, make some small modifications to the hand or the handle to get it to fit into certain things. But I think it could also work for 144 144 scale as well. Obviously, it's going to be looking a lot bigger. It'll be looking much more like a kind of larger rifle, larger kind of cannon weapon, sort of a big railgun, right? So I think it could definitely work with 144 scale gunpla as well too. As far as working with different frame arms girl type kits as well, of course, you're not going to have any issues with that, or hexagear if it's like a type of hexagear. Not all the different hexagear type kits wield different kind of handheld weapons like this, because they're more like animal based, right? So it might not be able to work with things like that, but I think it's a very cool, versatile rifle that you can make a lot of different forms of, which is really nice. And it's got a pretty cool design. The only thing that I don't really like about it is that if you're using the longer barrel, it's kind of hard to get them to line up to be looking quite straight, but aside from that, I think it's a pretty cool weapon. So what do you guys think about this? Do you have any ideas how you might want to use it, or how you've used it if you already got it? So let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, check out all the M.S.G option weapons and things like that we've got there at USA Gundam Store. The link and the coupon code for you guys to check out is there in the video description down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great day. I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.